Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. This time packed with all kinds of cars, from classics to hypercars, from the most interesting classics to the most expensive hypercars. This time we find ourselves at Motorworld in Munich, where they are organizing the opening car season for 2024. Need to mention that at this event people from all over Europe came to take part and see what Motorworld has to offer. So first let's check out the cars that are coming to Motorworld, and then move into the Motorworld grounds and see what the parking lot has to offer. And last but not least, go inside the facility and see what cars are there for today from dealerships and customers. So stay tuned and let's check everything out together.
Red Porsches, the GT2, the Miata. Here we have a Subaru WRX STI, and behind it an Audi R8. Ferrari 430, Mustang GT Mach 1, cruising, looks really good. Corvette, a 964 passing by, a Challenger haircut. And something a bit more rare, a Mercedes Pagoda, coming right here. Capri. Here we have an R8, blacked out R8. Here we have the Alfa Romeo Giulia, the Quadrifoglio, and behind it the Lamborghini Gallardo. The original Lamborghini Gallardo, the OG. Sounds cool, but naturally aspirated V10 before Audi has taken over. A Porsche 911 slant nose. The first Ford F-150. Mustang GT, and the OG M3, the E30. M3 Touring in green. And here we have the Delaro. From the setting crew, they have a very cool collection of cars. Here we have one of the coolest Ferraris, one of my favorite, the 599 GTB. Last Ferrari designed by Pininfarina. naturally aspirated V12. This sounds really cool. Here, an Aventador SVJ. Another naturally aspirated V12. And 3 actually. The Miata crew. The Chrysler. This is a big thing. Really cool looking M2 and the Dodge Challenger and the M5. It's actually a 535i. This is just a part of the Motorworld season start for 2024. A few of the cars that you see here, we'll just film it in the parking lot for now and then go inside and see what cars we find in there. But just check a look at this. AMG Black Series. Dodge Charger. An M3. And here, a cool Corvette. Here, a set of E's, an E39 and an E24 6 Series, looking stunning. Most of them 90s BMWs that always look good. Here's a cool looking Volkswagen Carmangia. Here, Hummer AV, the controversial Hummer AV. Heaviest electric vehicle on the market. And honestly kind of pointless because it consumes way more than it should, so it's not very efficient as an EV, but nevertheless. Here we have two Ford GTs, the new Ford GTs. This is the Geiger livery, and next to it the Golf livery Ford GT, which is just a few of them. Really unique. A 3.5 EcoBoost. Look at those intakes. Here we have a Corvette, a C8. Looks really cool. Over here, 911 996. Here, the new Mustang Dark Horse. I actually see it first time in real life now. The new Dark Horse badge. One of the last cars you can get with a manual transmission and a V8 naturally aspirated engine. Really cool thing. Another rare thing is this Alpina V10 bi-turbo, based on the E34 chassis. Really cool and rare car. Let's just see the engine. Classic Mustang. Next to the Lancia Delta Integrale, we see here, really cool. We have a Mustang, actually a Shelby GT500. 430. One of the best sounding Ferraris. I think you can agree. Here another Corvette, C8. Here we have a Jaguar F-Type SVR. Really cool car. The beautiful E31 8 Series, one of my favorite cars. And another one right here. Two engines available, V12 and V8, that's it. The V10. Alpina E24. JDM Power. American muscle. Mustang. The Ford Escort. Best use of a Tesla charging port. Parking at BMW 3.5 CSL. Why not? And an R8 casually coming by. Really nice example of a E34 Alpina B10 bi-turbo. Looks really cool. With the Alpina wheels. Here we have a Lamborghini Huracan STO. The most track-focused variant of the Huracan, with the naturally aspirated V10. Huge wing. You can actually see the STO engraved in the metal plate in the back. Signifying the STO is the big hood scoop on top to help with the cooling of the engine. Carbon fiber, obviously. Here we have EF Film Productions' Aston Martin V12 Vantage. G-Wagon squared. A quick view of the BMW M5 CS in satin grey. And here somehow I find myself next to this beautiful car, which is actually one of my favorite supercars of the 90s, let's just say 90s, 2000s. This is the original Lamborghini Murcielago, the 580. Actually the LP 580, but they never call it that way. It's the 6.2-liter V12 naturally aspirated engine, which is actually the engine which was originally built by Lamborghini. So before Audi took over and got their hands in the engine. This is the OG Lamborghini, the OG Murcielago, the one to have. And it's even more special because this one is a gated manual, so a 6-speed gated manual transmission in this car, which is very rare these days. Just look at it. The predecessor of this was actually the Lamborghini Diablo, and before that the Countach, which shared a different version of the same engine. Let's not forget about the bat wings used for the cooling of the engine, which actually open when the engine is too hot. Or if you want to have a button in the dashboard, you can just open them to show off, basically. And of course the signature design Lambo doors, which happily Lamborghini kept even for today's Lamborghinis, which they actually build today. Even the Rivelto has the same kind of doors, but only on the V12 models, not the V10s like the Huracan and the Gallardo. Another signature design of only the Murcielago is this side vent right here, which is used for the oil coolers of the engine. Here we are at Motorworld, inside, which has the biggest glass housings for cars in the world. I don't know exactly how many are there, but a lot, which are each individual garages for clients with their cars. Who wants to rent one, they can. Here we have an RS6. MGM 1000 horsepower. Very good looking Porsche 911 997 Turbo, and another 997 here. This is a Carrera. M3 Touring. Beautiful E30 here. Beautiful E30 Cabrio. While we are here, we can also enter the showrooms. Here we are in the Maserati corner, as you can see. The MC20, looking really cool. And the Mustang, older generation, but really cool. The GT. NAV8 can beat an NAV8. Here on this turntable here in the center of the showroom, we can see this beautiful 911 GT3, the 996 edition. Has a little bit of the RS in it, like the roll cage you can see inside, but nonetheless, it's a GT3. Really cool car. Hi guys, we're back here at Motorworld. Right now we are at the More dealership here with Celine. Celine? Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. She's gonna let us know what everything is all about here, how the dealership was founded, and how everything took place. Its history and the cars we have behind us, especially as you can see here, Brabus is our partner. Their partner basically.
Yes.
So tell us more about the dealership.
So we started with a dealership in Motorworld in Stuttgart. That was our first one. And then we moved here 2019 when this all was renovated and made into what it is these days, what you can see here. And we also had a dealership in Motorworld Berlin that started 2022, but we decided to give up on that and size down because most of our customers are international. So most of our cars don't even stay in Germany. And so we decided one dealership would be enough. And now you're here now, beautiful Munich showroom featuring all the cars that we currently have available, or we're like able to order from brands like Brabus, which are our partners, as well as Abt and Zenvo.
So if a customer comes with a special order, basically they can come to you and you can provide them?
Yes, basically that's what we do, if we don't have the car available here.
Okay, so you can provide any customer with basically anything they want?
Basically, yes.
That's really cool.
Basically, yes.
So this is basically what we have here at Motorworld. This is their showroom, their basic showroom, their biggest showroom here in Germany, and we just go back and see all the cars that they have here. A very cool selection of Brabuses and not only Mercedes but even Porsches. Let's go and see all the cars they have here. This is the first car we see here, the Brabus G800, based on the G-Class, the G63. 800 horsepower from a 4.4 liter twin turbo engine. Great car. Classic Brabus wheels. The Brabus roof spoiler, which I don't know how much downforce it actually produces, but it's there. It looks cool. And we should never forget about the classic Brabus tailpipes, right in front of the back wheel. Here we have the Porsche 911 991R, basically one of the best Porsches they ever built. The naturally aspirated engine and manual gearbox. Next to it, we have the 911 GT3. RS actually. You can see the roll cage inside. By the way, the roll cage is only for the European market, not for the US. The US cannot get the roll cage. Here we have the normal GT3, not the RS version, which means a slightly smaller wing, but still, it's a GT3. Here we have the 911 Manhart edition, the Manhart TR 800, which 800 standing for 800 horsepower. Actually 833 horsepower on this specific one. It is based on the 911 Turbo S. The blue one here that we have here is the 911 GT2 RS with the Weissach package. Really cool, all the carbon fiber on the hood, the louvers here on the fenders. Really stunning car. Another Manhart here, the TR 900, also based on the 911 Turbo S. This one has 900 horsepower. This is the AMG GT, the 50-year anniversary. It's a special edition of, I think, only 50 examples ever made. I'm not sure, but it's pretty rare. Covered in this satin black paint. Also here at More Group, as you can see, they don't only have Mercedes and Porsches, they have Aston Martin, like this Vantage S Volante so meaning a cabriolet. It's a really stunning car, just look at it. The twin turbo V12 engine. Yes. Here we have another Audi, which is the RSQ8, tuned by ABT, ABT tuning. It's lowered, as you can see, very low to the ground, already sold. A really big amount of carbon fiber everywhere, from the door mirrors to the wheel arches to the bumper, even the grille. Another Audi in the lineup of More Group is this RS6S, which is looking really cool in this satin gray. Just look at the wheel arches in front and in the back, you can see it's an RS. Really characteristic of the RS. And the carbon fiber side skirts, and definitely the huge wheels. The carbon fiber spoiler we see here, and the diffuser down on the bumper. And here you have the tailpipes from the ABT, from ABT tuning. Here we have a beautiful R35 GTR. Looks really cool. This is a Tender 5.7. It's basically a resto mod, but I do not know from what car actually. I have to look it up. But it looks really cool. Cool design. Another Nissan GTR R45, special edition this time. Size matters. This is actually the Isetta, the electric version. It's a new concept built on the base of the BMW Isetta. Here we have the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Really huge car. Next to an Urus. This is the Porsche 911 930 Bachmann. It's the only one in the world in this form. As you can see, the slant nose in front, which makes it characteristic as a Bachmann. Based on the 930 turbo. Looks really cool. As you can see, Motorworld is really huge. Elevators, a lot of levels with cars up, and boats, we'll go there later. And downstairs, actually, there are another 2 or 3 levels, just garages for the clients and for staff and whatever, with select cars. Here we are at another dealership. And right in front of me here, you see the classic Ferrari 599 GTB. This is one of my favorite V12 Ferraris. Mid-engined V12, actually mounted in the back of the rear axle. 620 horsepower. And most of all, what I like about it, naturally aspirated. It comes with a F1 gearbox, as most of Ferraris come these days, but in a very few cars have the manual transmission, which of course is almost double or triple the price of the F1 gearbox. But you can also opt for swapping the gearbox with a manual one, and that probably costs you around 40,000, but it's still cheaper than getting a directly manual gearbox car. What I like most about it It doesn't have a rear wing because Ferrari didn't want to disrupt the beautiful lines of the car, and they made these buttresses here, which act as downforce for the car. And it's actually very efficient. According to Ferrari, it pushes the back of the car relatively enough for being a perfect touring car. Beautiful car. Right here, we have the Ferrari Testarossa, the classic Ferrari Testarossa, which debuted and mostly made its name through the Miami Vice series in America, the TV series. This thing has a 4.9, actually 5-liter V12 naturally aspirated engine and a gated manual gearbox, which in 1986 was a real thing to behold. Classic Testarossa intakes. So still being here at the Blockl dealership, right, we have right here in Motorworld, we have here a lineup of Ferraris. First we start off with this one, the F8 Tribito GTS. Next to it we move to the 430, the F430 Scuderia, the Scud, basically the race version of the 430. Here we have also a 430, but the Daytona version this time, which looks really cool in this gray. And next to it, the predecessor of the 430, the 360 Spider here, also with the V8 rear-mounted mid-engine. This is the 328 GTS, the Ferrari. Now we moved on to Der Group here at Motorworld, where they're basically a dealership of Bugattis, but not only, as you can see. Here we have the Aston Martin Valkyrie, basically the car with the biggest V12 engine, naturally aspirated engine in the world, the most powerful V12 in the world. You see here. Next, we move to two Bugatti Chirons, one of them in bright yellow here, and another one we have here in white with red accents, red carbon accents. And next to it, we have another Bugatti Chiron, the Super Sport that we have here, with blue accents, really looking really stunning. So moving on to the McLaren dealership, we have right here the McLaren 750S, the newest in their lineup. And as you can see further down the line, a whole lineup of McLarens. Continuing with the next one, the 765 LT. Here we have the two McLaren GTs, and right next to them, the McLaren 720S, which is the predecessor of the 750S that we talked about earlier. Here we are at BMW in Motorworld in the studio. It's basically a representation of the classic group from BMW's BMW Museum here in Munich. Here we have the classic and beautiful CSL, the BMW 3.0 CSL based on the E9 platform. This is the car, which actually this is a replica from 1974. This one was built in 2015 as a representation of the car that actually won 5 titles in the European Masters Group C Rally. The same car that is used for Nürburgring and other kinds of race courses here in Germany, and not only, for tourist tracks and everyday racing, or actually if you want to get a ride on a circuit, you can use this car, of course with a driver, not by yourself. So we saw the 3.0 CSL there from 1974, and here we have the new interpretation of the 3.0 CSL, which is basically the 50-year anniversary. This is the homage, 3.0 CSL homage. Okay, so we looked at the classic 3.0 CSL, we looked at the new 3.0 CSL, and we must never forget the CSL based on the M3 from 2001. This is basically the M3 CSL based on the E46 platform. You can tell it's a CSL, first of all, by the only air intake that we have in the bumper. The bumper is designed specifically for the M3 CSL. CSL actually stands for lightweight. It's a bit lighter than the M3 because the hood is from carbon fiber, as you can see. The roof is also carbon fiber, and this is exposed carbon, you can actually tell. And of course, the trunk is also from carbon fiber, and it has this ducktail on the back that helps a little bit with downforce. Also specific to the M3 CSL is the gearbox, which is the SMG, the sequential manual gearbox, which came standard equipped with the CSL, and you cannot get a manual. If you want a manual, you will have to swap with the normal M3 A46 6-speed manual. But if you get it directly, it only comes with the SMG. Moving on to the interior, as you can see, the doors have carbon fiber trim on the inside, bucket seats, and also carbon fiber center console. As you can see here, this is the JDM lineup from the event that happened today, which we couldn't take part, unfortunately. But this is the cars that were participating and now they're leaving, including this beautiful NSX, the original Honda NSX. And it's a Type R. Really good looking Mazda RX-7 in yellow, in bright yellow. Impeccable condition, looks like new. A quick overview of Motorworld from the top floor. As you can see across of us are the boats from Brabus Marine. We need to get there. Here you can see a view of the Motorworld from the top, especially the glass boxes with the cars inside for the clients, the customers. Really looks cool. We finally found our way to the Brabus boats, which we have here. This is the Brabus Shadow 500, which is actually equipped with two engines from Brabus, 250 horsepower each, with a total output of 500 horsepower, as you can see here. A similarity that you see in the boats, and you can also find in Brabus's cars, is the interior design. As you can see, the leather, the coil leather, is actually in the masterpiece from Brabus, the masterpiece edition from Brabus. This that you see here is the Rolls-Royce Satis, which is a 1930s Rolls-Royce with a huge engine, 27-liter capacity engine, 27,000 cubic, and 550 horsepower in 1930. You gotta check it out. the water cooling capacity of this engine is 70 liters. So it needs a lot of cooling apparently. This which you see here is the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, but this is a specific Silver Shadow, not an ordinary one. This is actually Muhammad Ali's Silver Shadow. So a pretty special car which Motorworld bought and they have in their collection right now. You can see Muhammad Ali's gloves and his belt. Here at the GTA stand, we have this beautiful Dodge Challenger from 1970s. And it's actually equipped very rarely with a 4-speed manual transmission. It has the Magnum V8 440 engine. Beautifully restored. It's actually a Challenger RT. Here we have a one-of-one special car that you see here in the GTA showroom. This is a Delahaye 135 B35. This is Delahaye basically is a coach building company founded by two brothers and in 1980, and this is the 1981 B35. It's actually powered by a V8 Mercedes engine, 5.2 liters, with developing around 300 horsepower. So it's actually not so bad for 1981. And it looks stunning, as you can see. This is their badge. This roadster that you see here is a MKO Lucra LC470. This is basically a carbon fiber monocoque. It's a carbon fiber body equipped with a Corvette engine, the 7-liter Corvette engine. Being carbon fiber, it only weighs 1,111 kilograms, 1.1 tons. Here we have a special Nissan. This is basically the Nissan GTR R45 from 2017. But it's not a normal GTR, it's actually a Nismo. You can see it's a Nismo based on the louvers here, the carbon fiber louvers here on the fenders, the carbon fiber hood. This actually has around 850 horsepower right now. And it's mental. It's actually a really, really cool car.
Finishing the video here in front of these glass boxes filled with cool cars that look like a Hot Wheels collection to me. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you liked the video. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell and give a like. The car season has just started, so there will be more events and cars to come. Until then, drive safe and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!